So let's finish the review by solving number 5. Number 5 says to expand and simplify. So that means that we have to completely multiply this out and simplify to get our answer. You can either use Pascal's triangle if you'd like to add up to the 6th row, or the binomial theorem, and you can go straight to the computations. P would be our first thing, A, and 2q, positive, so the sign won't change anything, would be our B. So we start with A and we count down for the powers. So we're going to have P to the 6, we'll start with 6, plus, now for our binomial coefficient, we're going to use row 6, so our total is 6, and we start with choose 1. Times, we had P to the 6th, now we have P to the 5th. And don't forget 2q needs to be added in now to the 1st. And we know that we're doing this correctly because if we add 5 and 1, we will get 6. At least for the powers anyways. So now we need to do the rest. We will have plus, and we will count up for each binomial coefficient. So we will have 6 choose 2. P this time, we'll have 6, 5, 4, P to the 4th. And 2q will be squared now. Plus 6 choose 3. Now we have P to the 3rd because we're counting down and we're counting up on 2q. So it's going to be 2q to the 3rd plus, sorry about the bell, plus, where were we? 6 choose 4 times P squared times 2q, counting up, we have 3, then 4, plus 6 choose 5, P to the 1st, and then we gotta fit this in here, 2q to the 5th. And our next term will be our last because we'll be up to 6 on 2q again. So I'm just going to add it at the end here. We'll have plus 2q to the 6. So we've expanded and now we need to simplify. So carefully multiply out all of your numbers and make sure that you're combining everything that needs to be combined. So this first term will just be p to the 6 plus 6 choose 1 is 6. We have P to the 5th times, so make sure that you keep things that are multiplication, times 2q, because that's to the 1st, that won't change. Plus 6 choose 2 is 15. Then we have P to the 4th times 2 squared, so now we have 4q squared. Plus 6 choose 3 is 20. P cubed, and then we have 2 cubed and q cubed, 2 to the 3rd is 8, so we have times 8q cubed, plus 6 choose 4 is 15. We have p squared times 2 to the 4th is 16. We'll have q to the 4th plus 6 choose 5 is 6. We have p. 2 to the 5th is 32, so times 32 q to the 5th plus, last but not least, we have 2q all to the 6. 2 to the 6 is 64. We have q to the 6. So one more step to go. We need to make sure that each term is completely simplified. The first term is done. We have p to the 6. For the second term, we have 6 times 2. So we'll actually have a 12. And then we'll have p to the 5th. Bring those down, and q. Plus, we have 15 times 4. So we'll get 60. P to the 4th, and q squared. Bring those variables down. Plus, now we have 20 times 8, and the p and the q will go on the end. So 20 times 8 is 160. P cubed, q cubed. So both of those are cubed. Plus, now we have 15 times 16. Those are the two numbers that need to be multiplied. 15 times 16 is 240. And we'll have p squared, q to the 4th, plus we have 6 times 32, which is 192. We have p and q to the 5th that needs to come down. And then our very last term is already done, 64q to the 6th. And in green, this is our final answer. Everything is completely multiplied and simplified out, and it is expanded.